Welcome to another episode of Let John Cook. Let's see what we've got for a problem today and see if we can solve it. Let me take you to the problem. So the reason for the mic is for this. These are two spots, and listen. I'm gonna try and solve that problem. That's a lot of books. It's not time for food yet. Okay, I'm gonna go show you my solution, or my newest idea, because I've tried many things. This house was built in 1951, I think. The way that they don't build them like they used to, there's a room. The floors are driven in long pieces of wood, just like that. They just lay them in like this. Typically what they do now is they will put just a piece of plywood down, as big as you can. There's your 4x8, whatever. Just nail it in everywhere. Hopefully along the floor joist to get it to stick. If we were to take a cross section of this, so let's cut this in half and we'll rotate it sideways. What it's gonna look like is it's gonna look like this. You've got your hardwood floor, which they nail in as they lay the floor, right? Here's your tongue and groove. And then that's 3/4 inch. And then you've got your underlayment, which is this stuff. And it's in slats, so you're gonna have a cut there or a cut there or something. And then you've got your big old floor joists that are hanging out in your basement. What happens is because they nailed this stuff in, that over time and walking and bowing it, it gets weak. And so the nail starts to come out a little bit. So when you step on it, it moves in its place and they're rubbing against each other in different spots. What I have tried to do, one, drive a screw up through here, there's your screw, in hopes that it could compress it and quit it from moving. That doesn't work. My next idea was to take a 1x, which is a long stick of wood, so imagine this going all the way down, right? Push up on it as much as possible, and then drive a screw in here, like this, so that it compresses the wood. And that doesn't work. So my next idea, which is what I'm gonna try today, is I'm gonna take a piece of plywood, it's about a 1/2 inch. Because these floors in the kitchen work so well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay a whole piece of plywood up here. I'm gonna do my darndest to find this squeak location, hence the blue tape, from up here, locate it down in the basement using those same measurements, drive a screw up that's just long enough, sandwich the underlayment, the diagonal stuff, in between the piece of plywood that I'm gonna put up there, as well as the hardwood floor above. I've got 1 5/8, so first things first. Here's our squeak. Basically, listen to it, and these are the places that I step. I have an outlet there, and I know where that outlet is in the basement, so we have a point of reference to get at the basement. Measure from there, back over to here. Do it for just these two, we're testing it out, and basically I got that. I measured from the inside of the wall, so I added 3 extra inches. So this is roughly 36 inches from where it comes out down in the basement, over 1 to get this guy, and then 41 5 over to get this guy. Maybe find it in the basement. That right there, where you see those cords sticking out, this is where it's coming out. I just need to take my measurements and translate them down here. The other thing to notice is that you'll see these nails. This is what I was talking about when they were driving them through. These are really old nails, and I tried to use my zipper, the oscillating tool, to cut them off, but it was shooting sparks and smoke and everything. So I just nailed them down instead. I think it ought to be good enough. 36 straight out there. The other reason I'm doing 8-foot sheets of plywood or marking where the squeaks are from above, put the plywood up, you're not gonna see them. So I did some more translation. So you can see the dots are up here. I moved it over here, went down, and I measured from the center of that. It's 5 inches, but remember before I said it was 3. It's 5 inches to the side of the joist. So when I put it back up, I can measure back in. If there's any other squeaky spots, then I can just do the same thing for those. The other one is 41 5. 41. So it's right about there. Next step, 8-foot by 4-foot piece of plywood. We have to measure the width of this, 14.5. And because this is an old house, and because we're using American lumber, I'm gonna measure this And then I'm gonna measure 8 foot down somewhere where I think I want to place the whole piece. This might be 14.5, but down there, maybe it's 14, we don't know. We wanna make sure that we measure twice and cut once. See that? Two things. One, it's 14.5. The other thing that I noticed is measured from the end of that out 8 foot so I can get my first piece, and all this is 14.5. Good. And I marked it right here on the floor joist. So this is where one piece of 8 foot plywood's gonna go. Then I can cut another one middle of the wall there. Let's go measure and cut. It is balmy outside. I am so grateful that I'm working inside today. Our board, 14.5 on this side, 13 3/4 on this side, 42 inches long. I did it a little bit differently. I ran an 8 foot board at 4.5 and I put it up there. Works great. I'm not gonna screw anything down now, but I did mark where it cuts off so I can put this new board where it's supposed to go. I haven't dry fitted it yet. Because I'm doing this by myself, I'm probably just gonna have to put a screw in just to hold it in place. And then the big reveal. I'm excited. Yeah. So far so good. Where's my screw? Right here. A little bit more in. Okay. All right, this time I got my screw gun on my belt and the screw already started. And okay, so far so good. All right, there's our marks. Let's do some reverse translation. 5 inches, put us right about there. Poink, and then 10 inches. Okay. I could put some music over that or something. Maybe a sound effect. Let's go see. Okay, there's our spot. Let's give it a shot. Now, I haven't tested it yet, but I'm gonna get the mic off and I'm gonna put it next to the squeak like I did before. And then we'll see. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, well, hold on. I mostly got it, I think. I'm very, very pleased with this, however. You can't hear me because I'm on the floor. Okay. Little bit of a squeak. I'm very happy with the results though. This is wonderful. The squeak is to a minimum. I don't know, maybe if I hammer in a couple more screws around that. With this method, if I can secure it up there, right? We're just sandwiching the OSB, the underlayment, and the wood I could just spot check. Everywhere that I find blue tape, I do my translation. I could probably come up with a better idea of how to do that instead of kind of like reverse engineering it, like translate, measure, and then translate it flipped, and then, oh, it's great. I love this. I love this. Okay, I hope you had fun. Like, subscribe, whatever. Do this stuff. Leave a comment if you have any questions, if you have any ideas, if you have had this issue before. I would be very curious to know how you came about this. I can see 4 other blue pieces of tape right here. So this is exciting. Later.